Today and every Monday, we make sure you understand the law, but before we do that, we have to say this. This segment is for informational purposes only. It does not constitute legal advice. No attorney-client relationship is formed by watching or participating in this segment. So you will want to reach out to an attorney for any specific legal advice you may be seeking. So paperwork's out of the way. Bill Kindig is here with us once again from Rice and Kindig. And Bill, obviously this time of year you send the kids away to summer camp. We know the tragedies that have happened over in Texas, but
Right.
What happens when your child is injured at one of these summer camps?
And I want to tell you that, we pick these topics weeks in advance, and three of my grandchildren, Liam, Niall, and Carson, are visiting this week to attend the Norton summer camp, art summer camp.
Yeah.
And so I just thought it was kind of fitting to talk about it at that time because they'd be up here visiting. But, the tragedy in South Texas also kind of brings to mind that things can happen when children are away. The biggest issue that they have to worry about is preventable harm. And preventable is within the context of reasonable action, the age and skill set of the students, as well as the activity they're engaged in. And so just because harm occurs to your child or an injury occurs to your child when they are attending summer camp doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a liability.
Right.
We look at, could this have reasonably, and that's a real important word, reasonably have been prevented by perhaps better planning, having better supervision, having the right amount of counselors to students. But if you think your child, or if your child has been injured because, or while away at camp, and you think that there's an issue there, we're glad to talk to you, but really this is much like school. Just because you're injured at school doesn't mean the school's responsible. Just because you're injured at camp doesn't mean that somebody else is responsible. We want the kids to get out there, play, have a great time, and sports and a great time sometimes do result in injuries.
Yeah.
So it's really what happens, it has to be preventable. It can't be act of God. It can't be things that are beyond the capacity and the control of those supervising children.
Yeah.
The real key is let the kids go, let them have a great time, but also be proactive as a parent. Take a look at the camp, take a look at the facilities. When you speak to them, are these folks who look like they're paying attention the same way you would if you had your kids?
Right. And obviously one of the things that comes with this, whether it be sports or summer camps or whatever, waivers. They don't always protect the camper.
Right. You cannot knowingly waive somebody else's negligence. You can. The waivers, I think, are really a good way to maybe discourage somebody from filing a suit, but they are not necessarily going to insulate somebody from an absolute failure to properly supervise and conduct a camp. So.
And I think the point that we always kind of make here is that if you do have one of those injuries to your children, you need to act on it quickly.
Absolutely. And give us a call. We'll talk about it and we'll let you know what your rights are, whether you have rights or not. And sometimes that peace of mind is really what people are looking for. Not necessarily just making claims for the sake of making claims, but to understand, do I actually have a claim? And we're glad to talk to you about that.
All right. Always a pleasure, Bill.
Absolutely.